Hey guys, welcome back to 1776 or Bust. So today we're going to talk a little bit about a topic that I just thought about the other day. Obviously I try to think of some things to ask the viewers what their thoughts are on certain topics. And this topic I think is something that not a lot of people discuss or that they talk about. And I remember a couple of times when I've done videos in the past where I've presented things like this. Now this is the PPQ. This is with the Apex trigger. And it's really about a question that I have about how people use their firearms. Now, in the past, I've done videos all for Apex, whether it was an M&P, whether it's this, whether it's the FN509. And I have to say, I love Apex triggers. I mean, just to kind of give you an idea, and the gun is empty, like there's your take up. And in such a clean break with a nice soft reset. I mean, it absolutely changes the dynamics of most triggers. And the PPQ had a good trigger out of the box. However, once I installed this bad boy, this thing was just amazing. It's absolutely still an amazing shooter, just a great, phenomenal firearm. But a lot of people drew the attention of the trigger and said, do you really want to carry a gun like that? First off, not just because it's such a smooth take up, but the fact that if you're involved in any kind of self-defense situation, the question would always be, what if you use that gun and the gun has a, let's say, trigger like an Apex trigger? So, of course, the thinking would be that you've modified your firearm, so as a result, you're going to be in more trouble. But then the question has to be asked for all you folks out there who always push the idea of a dot. Well, isn't this modifying a handgun? I mean, let's be honest, dots aren't coming with guns for the most part. I mean, some guns do come with them as a kind of a set. But, when you talk about having a red dot on your pistol, one of the things you have to ask yourself is, does this red dot on your pistol also compromise you in, let's say, a self-defense situation? Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people who say these are the best things, you have to have them on all your firearms, and to an extent, I can understand the sense of that. A lot of people, and I've been looking at a lot of videos, people who are comparing having a red dot versus not having red dot seem to be getting target acquisition a little bit quicker, obviously more accurate, but they do talk about kind of the learning curve if you really haven't ever shot with these and the amount of time it takes to really get accustomed to it and being automatic with it. And I'm still struggling with that myself. I mean, I would tell you that I'm not the best red dot shooter, but at the same time, I'm getting better. I'm getting there slowly, but it does take a large investment of time, resources, and you name it. But I have to ask that question. If people give you slack about this, why aren't you getting so much slack about that? I mean, this is a modified firearm. And so my question to all of you is, does that make sense? If people are willing to say you shouldn't modify your trigger, but you're modifying the ability for you to be more accurate and more on target, is it a good thing or a bad thing? And if so, how would people respond in the case of a self-defense situation where you're using a red dot to modify the accuracy of the pistol? So that's kind of my question for all of you. I'd love to see your responses down below. And I think it's good for conversation. So again, what are your thoughts? I mean, does a red dot compromise you in a self-defense situation, just like a modified trigger would? So leave some comments down below. I hope you liked the video. Again, share, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. But I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. And as always, everyone, freedom is never free.